a couple weeks ago. We loved it. It was awesome. And I asked him if he'd be on pitch, and he gracefully said yes. And here he is. So I welcome you, Thomas. Tell us a little bit about yourself, and let's get going because I know you have a lot to show us.
Yeah. Do you want me just to kick in, or
Sure.
is that the red carpet rolling out?
That's the red carpet rolling out. It's your turn.
All righty.
All you.
Cool. Well, good morning, everyone. Appreciate you guys showing up. Obviously, there is a great need right now in the business sector and the real estate industry, of course. Everyone's talking about AI, right? But at the end of the day, a lot of folks don't really know what it is or how to leverage it, how to implement it, and really maximize the technology and the innovation right now. And so on this presentation, I promise I am going to give 100% here to really just give you an immense amount of value. I'm pretty sure you've run into some of these events and they kind of just touch on things and then they leave you hanging and you don't know really the next steps. And so, what I'm going to do is not only tell you my journey, how I got started, what we're doing right now, my own business with my clients, but right now, where the industry is and how you can implement tools today. That's right. I'm going to give you guys a whole bunch of resources, some really good best practices, some really neat insights into what's happening and how you can start leveraging AI, putting in your business so you can work smarter, scale faster, and without all the headache, right? So, with that being said, I'm going to jump in here and um, I'm very boisterous. You'll see, I'm very passionate, not only about life and what I do, but obviously the AI is huge. And like Char said, if you are not implementing AI, if you're not investigating it, you're just going to be behind here within the next 24 to, or excuse me, 12 to 24 months. And then it's just going to be a brand new world. All right. So my two goals here today, folks, is one, I have to share and let you know that there is a sense of urgency. AI is not a tool like something else, like a new marketing tactic. It's not a new marketing strategy or just some new way to get leads or some new tool that's going to, distract you from your productivity. This is going to change the world as we know it. Moving forward, humankind will not be the same. And those that embrace it now are going to be miles ahead of your competition. And not only that, you're just going to have a better, efficient operation, more productivity, and less stress because AI is going to be able to help you with all of these things that just eat away your productivity. All right. So I'm going to jump in. Once again, I encourage you guys all to get your phone out. Okay. I'm going to be putting up QR codes left and right, and you're going to be able to scan these as I'm moving forward so you can get all of these free resources and once again take away something today and start implementing it. You guys excited? Let me see some action in the chat. Let's
Woohoo!
get some popping off. And I want you guys to do one more favor right before we get going. I want everyone just put your hand on your heart. I want you to just close your eyes, and I just want you to say, "This is going to be an amazing day." And really believe it because it is. With that being said, let's get into it. Super stoked. All right. So the first thing we're going to share with you, and I would love to encourage you and invite you. We have a private Facebook community that is growing and thriving. In this community, you're going to get weekly AI tips behind the scenes on how to build systems if you are interested in automation and things of that nature. A lot of different case studies. What LLMs should I use for what? For generating videos, photos, for doing content creation, things of that nature. We're always adding more resources. And it's a, endless community of other people adding tools and their successes using it. So if you would like to stay connected, go ahead and scan that, join, super simple. All right. Okay. moving on here. And I have two screens, guys, so you're going to see me kind of looking back and forth. And it's sometimes I will actually take off the screen and have my face there or just the slide. So, all right, here. Oops, we're already getting out of whack here. Let me get this back here, guys. All right. Let's see here. Okay, dokies.
Did you attain?
All right. So this presentation is all about adapting, right? If you don't adapt, just like those before us, if you don't innovate, you're just going to get left behind. And this revolution in AI is real. And I really, really hope that you guys can take what I'm saying here and put it to heart. So I like to play a little game here, kind of break the ice, if you may. Here's what's about to happen, folks, just so I can get your attention. We can get into this and have some fun. I'm about to show a slight video, okay? I don't know, about a minute or so. And we're going to play a little game, a little challenge. And matter of fact, I want you guys to really participate. What you're about to see is a video of a group of people. Some groups have a white shirt on, some groups have a black shirt on. Now, the group that's wearing white, they have a basketball, and they're going to be passing it back and forth to one another. And it's your job to count how many times that basketball gets passed around, okay? And the winner, if you guys, whoever's the first one to post in the chat, the number of times, I'm going to give you something at the end of this meeting here. So I really want y'all to pay attention. This is going to be super fun, I promise. And there is a point to this exercise, I promise. All right. So with that being said, let's play a game. You guys ready? Yeah? All right, let's do this. It's my looks like we have a little bit of some.
Count how many times the players wearing white passed the ball.
All right, first one to answer. What do we got? What do we got? 16,
The correct answer
15,
is 16
oh,
passes.
13, 16, 20.
Did you spot the gorilla?
Did you see the gorilla?
For people who haven't seen or heard about a video like this before, about half missed the gorilla.
So Thomas, I knew because I was in your class,
If you knew about
so
the
I was
gorilla, you
looking for
probably
him this
saw it.
time.
But did you notice the curtain changing color or the player on the black team leaving the game?
So the curtain changed and a player left.
Let's
Let's
rewind
take a
and
look.
watch it again. Here comes the gorilla, and there goes a player, and the curtain is changing from red to gold.
There you go, guys.
When you're looking for a gorilla, you often miss other unexpected events. And that's the monkey
It
business
is the
illusion.
monkey business illusion. It's actually called the invisible gorilla. And yeah, Char, you were there, and I think there was Mary was there, so maybe you guys knew about it.
Yes.
Did anyone see this video before? Yeah, Greg said he has.
We told Greg he can't answer because he knew all the answers last week.
Oh, okay. So that was a experiment that was done by a psychologist just to show how powerful the human brain is, right? And in its ability to actually focus on one thing. And so when it comes to AI right now, folks, the gorilla is the AI, right? The gorilla is what right now people are potentially missing. They're so focused on their business or their current process, you know, they're comfortable in what they're doing, they're comfortable in what's going on right now, and they don't think that there's any change. And you know, I talk to hundreds of real estate professionals, and there's a lot of out there that just they say, hey, AI is just not for us. We don't need it. They don't think that there's a real big need and that they're happy with their process. They're being productive and efficient. But at the end of the day, AI, once again, is going to change the world and human civilization as we know it. And if you're not focusing on the gorilla, which is AI, you're going to miss out on a lot of things. And so that's a fun little experiment. I hope you guys enjoyed that. It's always fun just to really break the ice and do something fun. All right, here's another kind of pop quiz here, right? So what do all of these companies right here have in common? Anyone want to jump in? What do all these guys have in common? And you can unmute if you like and just shout
Yeah.
it out.
Out of
Obsolete, Mary.
business.
Obsolete. Good
Out
Out
of
of
job,
business.
business. Now, how could these giants in their time go out of business? If you were to have guessed Blockbuster, Sears, like these Kodak, they would have never in a million years, people would have thought they would have went out of business, but they didn't innovate, right? Blockbuster didn't innovate. And who took them out of business? Netflix.
Thomas, I'm still using MySpace. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh,
You're still
I didn't
using
even know it
MySpace?
existed.
Do you know MySpace was offered $100 million? And they declined because they thought all was good. And then Facebook came in and destroyed them. Man, I bet
Well,
you
same
they're.
with Blockbuster and Netflix, right? Didn't Netflix offer Blockbuster they were supposed to partner or something, and they said no?
I don't doubt it, but they started innovating, right? They were sending you those discs in the mail, and you could just now mail them. And then they started leveraging online, and then you could just start buying movies online. So innovation, right? Yahoo, who destroyed the taxi industry, right? Uber, Lyft. They leverage technology using phones and GPS and really cool technology. And so now they are no longer with us, unfortunately, but that just should just, you know, really show you that no matter how big you are, how long you've been around, that anyone is susceptible to going out of business, to falling. Chris Voss, I love a saying he says that we fall to our highest level of preparation. We fall to our highest level of preparation. And it's so true. If you're not prepared, you're going to fall to wherever you are. And right now, AI is taking off, as you guys know. So let me ask you this. If you could go back in time to 1999, would you have invested in the dot-com boom? All right, of course, I would have. I missed out on that, right? What about the crypto?
Oh,
I sat on the sidelines. And like most people, I was nervous. It was something new. I didn't know how it all worked. I didn't want to get scammed. I saw people talking about Bitcoin and all this, but I didn't know anything about it, right? And I just sat on the sidelines, and now look at it. People making millions and millions of dollars. I heard a story. A guy made bought like, I don't know, it was like 20 Bitcoins when they were like insanely cheap when they first came out. He forgot about it, and now he has like, I think it was like 100 million or something crazy. However much he put into it, he looked back and he's got millions of dollars now. It's crazy. So social media, same thing, right? If you would have invested in stock with old Facebook or Instagram, we would have done it, right? And so right now, I want to just really encourage you. Now's the time that you should be going all in. You should just all be going hardcore into AI, whether it's investing in stocks or anything having to do with AI, but more importantly, investing in AI in your business and implementing it into your operations. Okay. So once again, the next big wave of opportunity is here, and it is AI. Okay. This is Sundar Pichai. He is the CEO of Google, and he says that AI is one of the most important things humanity is working on. It is more profound than electricity or fire. Can you believe that? More important than electricity or fire? It just seems wild to think that there's something more important or innovative out there than that. But these are what the industry leaders are seeing, and we should definitely be listening. Elon Musk, the pace of progress in artificial intelligence is incredibly fast. And unless you have direct exposure to groups like DeepMind, You have no idea how fast it is growing at a pace close to exponential. Pretty wild. And you know, this guy, in today's era of volatility, the only way to protect yourself is to be fast. And the best way to be fast is to empower your people and your teams, folks, with tools, especially AI and machine learning. So a little bit about me. Obviously, you know, Char sent you guys just a little bit about my background. I am not an agent, of course, but I am a real estate professional. For the last 5 years, I've been wholesaling, flipping. I do land acquisitions and entitle land. I've done over 200 transactions, over $1 million gross revenue last 4 years. And I got started, believe it or not, when COVID kicked in. I had a video production agency that I ran for over 10 years, and I moved here to St. Pete. I brought my family here, just wanted to flip a new chapter. And long story short, COVID kicked in and kind of swiped the rug out from us, and I needed to figure and pivot, you know, what I was going to do. And needless to say, I've learned about wholesaling. For those of you who don't know what wholesaling is, I basically work with investors and I get properties under contract, and then I assign my contract to investors and they pay me a nice fee. It's really simple. I learned about this tactic and it was really appealing because I wanted to get into real estate. I wanted to build generational wealth and really just start being more of a smarter investor. And I always saw real estate as something that could help me with that, right? And so I ended up jumping in, and my first year I did 37 transactions, folks. Okay. I know there's many people who probably did more than me, but I had no idea about real estate. I didn't even know how to read the dang on contract, right? But needless to say, as an entrepreneur, I jumped in and once again did 37 transactions, did no marketing, spent no money, and all I did was leverage other wholesalers their deals. They couldn't find buyers. I had a pretty robust buyers list, and so I ended up partnering with them, JVing. They had the deal, I had the buyers, and boom, I made six figures my first month, or excuse me, first year. From there, my second year, I grew 3x. So we did over, I think it was like $350,000, and we did about 40 transactions. At this time, I started learning new ways to close deals. I was doing novations and creative terms, and now we were starting to do like sub two deals. If you don't know what that is, it's a pretty cool strategy. But I just dove in head first, and I just started really loving real estate. Now, granted, this was when the market was growing. I mean, at that time, you could have sold a doghouse and did really well. You know, raise your hand if you know what I'm talking about, right? It was a really good market. Obviously, things have changed since then. But, you know, moving forward, I continued to grow and I ended up creating a unique business model where I would find investors. I had them take care of marketing. I was managing their direct mail and I started answering the phones for them. So I was like a lead manager. I started negotiating with the sellers on their behalf. So I was doing acquisitions, I was doing the transaction coordinating. And then if they, let's just say they didn't want to flip it or hold it, I ended up dispoing the deal and finding another investor. So I started to find that there was a need in the market for these guys because they just were blue collar guys. They wanted to just work on projects, right, and manage their flips and do that. And so I went into a really unique business model. And at this time, now I have 3, 4, 5 guys that were handling, paying for marketing, and I'm handling these calls. And as you can imagine, just like you guys, after a while, you're juggling so many things that you start dropping the ball, right? You stop missing opportunities. And for me, that just wasn't good. So I had to figure out if there was a better way that I could really manage this process. And that is how I got started with AI. And that was my segue. So I'm missing calls. I'm not following up adequately. And I'm trying to figure out how I can actually do a better job because my guys are counting on me to close deals. And every call that came in for us, it was about a $10,000 to $20,000 ticket, right? That's about the average wholesale that we would make is about 10 to 20 grand. And so one day I'm online and I see this video, and this is the video that I think was that pivoting point that really just changed everything, and it was the light bulb moment. And I just want to share with you guys that video. It's a short video, just a snippet. I'm not going to show you the whole thing, but this is what really did it for me. And when this is done, we're about to jump in, about to give you the meats and potatoes. But I just wanted to give you a backstory of who I am, where I came from. I'm just like you. And after this, we're about to have some fun getting. All right. So that being said, here's the video that really just changed my life and helped me segue into AI and where I am today.
Hi, I'm Barrett.
Hey, I'm Mark. So one of the key capabilities we're really excited to share with you today is real-time conversational speech. Let's just get a demo fired up. So I'm taking out a phone. If you are wondering about this wire, it's so we have consistent internet. And if you see, there's this little icon on the bottom right of the ChatGPT app, and this will open up GPT-4o's audio capabilities. Hey, ChatGPT, I'm Mark. How are you?
Oh, Mark. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How about you?
Hey, so I'm on stage right now. I'm doing a live demo, and frankly, I'm feeling a little bit nervous. Can you help me calm my nerves a little bit?
Oh, you're doing a live demo right now? That's awesome. Just take a deep breath. And remember, you're the expert here.
I like that suggestion. Let me try a couple deep breaths. Can you give me feedback on my breaths? Okay, here I go.
Whoa, slow down a bit there. Mark, you're not a vacuum cleaner. Breathe in for a count of 4.
Okay, let me try again. So I'm gonna breathe in deeply and then breathe
And then
out.
for 4, and then exhale slowly.
Okay, I'll try again. Breathing in and breathe out.
That's it. How do you feel?
I feel a lot better. Thank you so much.
So Mark, you've been working on these capabilities for a while now. Can you tell us a bit how it's different from voice mode?
Right, so if you've used our voice mode experience before, you'll notice a couple key differences. First, you can now interrupt the model. You don't have to wait for it to finish your turn before you can start speaking, and you can just butt in whenever you want. Second, the model is real-time responsiveness. So that means that you don't have this awkward 2 to 3 second lag before you wait for the model to give a response. And finally, the model picks up on emotion, right? When I was breathing super hard there, it could tell, and it knew, hey, you might want to calm down a little bit. You're kind of running a little bit too fast. So, it really has that capability across the board to perceive your emotion.
Well, cool. There it is, right? I'm not going to share the whole thing, but when I saw that, something in me said, this is the future of business. This is the future of how the world's kind of going to operate. I mean, folks, we're already doing it right now. You talk to Alexa and Siri, right? It's so crazy that the technology is already moving so fast and people are adapting to it that we don't even think of Siri and Alexa, as AI. But it is. You talk to it, it hears you, listens, it uses logic and reason, then it shares things with you. And so when I saw that, the light bulb went off and I said, holy cow, what if I could use that technology to ensure that I never miss a call again? That I would build an AI agent that would answer the leads coming in from these campaigns, and then I wouldn't feel so bad, right? Like I wouldn't have to send people to a voicemail, or I'm out in the field and I miss these opportunities. So that's where the journey started, and I ended up finding a team out of London, and we built a team. I spent hundreds of hours looking for someone that can help build these systems. I spent tens of thousands of dollars investing in these systems, and believe me, I have the scars and all of the do's and don'ts when trying to find people to help with these types of things. We're talking developers, integrators, automators. it took me 2 months to build the system, and it's always was iterating, lots of moving parts. So that was my journey. That was the pivotal point for me. And so from there, I put into practice in my own business for over a year. I've 2 years now. I've been building these systems. People are just now starting to use ChatGPT, right? So I've been on the forefront of these systems and building them out. My team and I now have a team of over 37 software engineers, automators, integrators in our company. They're all in-house. These aren't some guys, out that we just, subcontract. They're employees, and we just have been having amazing time growing and learning this technology and applying it. But right now, that's what we've done. And so I'm going to show you guys some tools. I'm going to show you how you can actually use AI as agents to act as employees for your business, so that way they can answer calls, they can do your content, they can do just so many low-level tasks that maybe you're spending your time on that is killing your productivity, and we're going to help you get your time back. Does that sound good? I can't hear you, but I'm sure you're whooping over there. All right, Shelly, there
Love
we
it.
go.
Yes.
Let's go. So let's get in here. So I'm going to teach you guys how to use ChatGPT like a boss. And I know I wanted to keep it relevant to you guys because obviously you're most likely using ChatGPT. So I didn't want to use things that just would be way over your head. Let's use some practical ways that you can walk away today and start implementing this in your business. All right. So real quick as a snapshot here, in February of 2025, there was over 400 million users using ChatGPT. Fast forward to today, 800 million. So it is growing exponentially. People are using ChatGPT not only to search things, but to talk to it and use it in many different ways. So knowing that ChatGPT is growing and it's scaling, you're going to have some opportunities here that a lot of people in your industry probably aren't aware of. Over the next 3, 6, 9, and 12 months, if you can start implementing this one tactical tool here, this one strategy, you're going to be able to start generating more opportunities and leads for your listings. All right. I don't know if you're aware, but Zillow is now the only real estate app that is within ChatGPT. If you knew that, good for you, but maybe you didn't know how and what that means for you. I'm gonna break it down for you guys. So why is this a big deal? Well, we already know that ChatGPT is growing in users. We already know that Zillow is the only real estate app in the ecosystem of ChatGPT. And we now know that home buyers are already asking ChatGPT. So they say things like, show me homes under 600,000 with a fence yard near Tampa, right? They talk to it like you would talk to another person, okay? So what this means for you guys? Well, number one, your listings are either showing up or they're not. It's real simple. And just like back in the day, if you were using SEO, which was search engine optimization, that's how Google would be able to find your website, will find blogs or anything that had to do with what you were trying to get out there. It used little crawlers that would look for keywords and phrases. So the game is changing right now. So how this works, folks, is ChatGPT is pulling your listing data directly from Zillow. So what this means is all of your websites, all of your ads, all of your blogs, all of the things that maybe you've done super hard and spent a lot of money on trying to get people to see all your stuff and your listings, it's bypassing all of that and going straight to Zillow. So all of those hard efforts that you put into it are no longer going to work. Okay. If people are using ChatGPT and they're looking for properties or asking about properties. Okay. Your descriptions written need to be AI optimized. So you had search engine optimized. Now the new word on the block here, folks, you need to start getting used to it, is AI optimized. Okay, this is where you're using natural language and the AI being conversational, and the way it looks at things is looking at how you're actually writing it in a way that's just like natural language. All right. So SEO isn't Google anymore. It's AIO. So artificial intelligent optimization. Okay. You guys with me? All right. So let me give you an example here, folks. Okay. So this is an AIO listing description versus SEO. And you may not notice the difference, but I'm going to point out something. So here's a 5-bed, 3-bath home. Okay. It's near Tampa. And this description writes out it's a modern 5-bed, 3-bath home near downtown Tampa. Spacious layout with updated kitchen, large fence yard, perfect for pets, kids, or entertaining. Excuse me. Just minutes from the city with room to live, work, and play. So you're using more natural language. Okay. Thank you, babe. My wife brought me some water. She must have heard me down there. Huh? All right. So compared to an SEO listing where you're more just using straightforward, keywords or terms, this one says modern 5-bedroom, 3-bath, home for sale in Tampa with large fence yard. This spacious home near downtown Tampa features 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, an updated kitchen, and a big fence yard. Ideal for families, pets, or outdoor entertaining. Located just minutes from shops, dinings, and major highways. So there's a slight difference there that can make a huge difference if you don't know what you're doing. So AI optimized equals written in natural conversational language. If we talk to one another and I'm asking you for maybe a vendor, I'm going to say, hey, Char, do you know of a roofer that's really good price and you could trust and maybe contact me with, right? You talk that way. You don't go and talk to Char like you would do SEO, roofers near me, right? It's a different way in which ChatGPT is going to show your listings. So uses buyer intent phrases that ChatGPT will recognize and increases your visibility inside ChatGPT. So here is the AIO formula. Step 1, it's a basic 4 steps here, folks. And for those of you maybe making notes, I'm about to give you guys everything you need. So you can either take screenshots, whatever you want to do, but just know that I am going to give you everything that I'm talking about in a way that you can digest and start using via some QR codes, like I said. So step 1 must start with the buyer intent. All right. So starting phrases like homes under 600,000 with, etc. Step 2, you want to use natural language. Okay. Phrases people say to ChatGPT. Step number 3, you want to include those local keywords. So near downtown St. Pete, close to beaches, by the stadium, the Buck Stadium, things that ChatGPT would recognize and people are going to be describing when they're asking ChatGPT to find them homes. Number 4, add lifestyle triggers. Perfect for families, ideal for remote work, maybe near dog parks, things of that nature, right? So he told you get your phones out. So right now, if you have an account with OpenAI or ChatGPT, if you scan this, you're going to get directed to our custom GPT. And basically all you do is you take either the address, plug it in, and it will pop it, a description, but it needs your help a little bit. So if you have already, maybe you go to ChatGPT, you ask it for a description of this property, you throw in some things, and then throw it into this custom GPT, and it will rewrite the whole description in AIO format. So that way you can start being found in ChatGPT. How cool is that? This is going to be the slight advantage that you're going to get when you're starting to get leads for buyers. 20% of people that are using ChatGPT are using it, okay? They're using it right now to search for homes. 800 million people using ChatGPT, it's growing, and 20% are using searches. Can you imagine in the next 3, 6, 9, 12 months, if you're implementing this small but yet powerful tactic and strategy to boost your listings, get more buyers, more showings? Could be a game changer. And I'm telling you, a lot of your competition, other agents, they don't know this, and they certainly aren't using ChatGPT to create AIO stuff. So I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a time. You guys good? Yep. All right. If not, just let me know. I'll send you guys all of this if it didn't work out. All right. Moving on. So you guys spend a lot of times on CMAs, right? I'm going to save you guys hours and hours a month. I don't know how many CMAs you guys are creating, but that takes away from your ability to actually advise your sellers, right? And so what we've done and what I'm going to give you guys here is another quick but easy tool to use. It's an instant CMA. I know you guys, how many people, I'm just curious, like on average, how many CMAs do you guys send out a month? Let me see in the chat. I just want to get a good idea because I have a lot of clients. I ask them, but I'm always getting more market data and research. 10. Greg's doing 10. Okay. What else we got? Your 6 to 10, Melinda. Okay. What else we got, guys? I'm just really curious. 3. Okay. And what would you guys say the amount of time it takes you to do that? Greg, how much time would you say you're spending putting together? You can unmute yourself real quick. How much time are you spending putting CMAs together? Like really,
Three,
really robust.
about 1 minute per CMA because I use chat.
Look at you, lucky dog. You're on it. Before you use ChatGPT, how long was it taking you?
Oh my God.
Quite a bit longer.
Yeah.
30 minutes? An hour?
An hour at least.
Yeah, 30 to 45.
Okay. And maybe some of you guys in here saying it didn't take that long, or maybe it was even longer. But just think about it, an hour, and you were doing 10, that's 10 hours. And was that a week? That was a month, right? That you were saying, Greg? So 10 hours a month you were spending doing CMAs. Whereas now you can leverage AI to do these CMAs. And so I don't know if you guys are aware, but Greg, obviously you're putting in some really cool prompts to spit out a CMA. For those of you that are spending your time and have not leveraged AI to do that, we have some really cool tools here. So in seconds, you can populate a CMA. And once again, here's another freebie for you guys. If I saw some people in the chat that said I was going a little quick, and obviously this is kind of, I would love to do a deep dive, and if anyone is interested in doing deep dive in any of the things I'm getting into, just say in the chat, and maybe Char, if you could look in there and see if anyone's asking, we can set up something, or I can send you a more in-depth video. Okay.
Perfect.
I only have like an hour here, guys, so I really, the whole idea here is just to expose you to things you may not have known and kind of go from there. So Melinda, yeah, let's do another class. Whoop. So this is a custom GPT. Once you get into this, all you do is put in the address and it will spit you out a CMA. It will even have a seller net sheet, and you can even add to it other things you might need or want. But it gives you a real quick snapshot of that property, so that way you can have what you need. And if you want to go back and do more due diligence, I mean, do it, right? The whole idea of this is to eliminate the amount of time that you're spending on things that AI can help you with. So another couple seconds here. Any questions so far? You want me to just take a quick break and maybe answer any questions about what I just spoke on?
Thomas, I'm just putting in here, when I do the recap, because I send out a recap email, I'm going to ask everybody what special tasks they'd like to see. Do they want you to come on one day and do the description for us on the MLS, or do we want to take a deep dive into something else? Because we haven't even begun to the tip of the iceberg. We've got lots of things we could talk about here. So I'll ask that, but does anybody have any questions right now?
Will asked if you guys need to scan the code, the QR code each time. You don't. I'm going to provide a toolkit that's called our Ultimate AI Toolkit, Will. And when you download it, it is a treasure trove of resources, and it will have all of these custom GPTs in that toolkit. and you can just use it. And once you actually start using it, you can add it to your GPTs. So next time you go into your ChatGPT, it will be on the left side, and you got it all day long. So
very cool.
you don't have to do that. All right. Thanks, Marlene. Appreciate that. Hey, I got a whole bunch more coming at you, so I hope you guys aren't falling asleep on me.
No.
You guys got your coffee or kombucha?
And I love that so many people are on camera. That's always, isn't it so much easier to teach on Zoom, Thomas, when people are right there with us, right?
I love it. I love it.
I love it.
All righty, we're moving on, folks. Moving on.
I just want to say real quick, while y'all were chatting, I put in one of my listing addresses for the CMA, 30 seconds.
Boom. I'll bill you later. All right, I'll bill you later.
Be kind.
But that's the power of it. And not only in this toolkit that I'm going to share, I have, I think, 20 plus special GPTs that you can leverage. And, you know, OpenAI GPT is just one LLM, right? Large language models. There are many out there, right? You have Grok, you have Gemini, you have DeepSeek. You have all of these ones that actually help you with different things, generating photos, videos, breaking down tons of documents, doing deep research, creating presentations for you, right? There's so many different LLMs, and I actually, in that resource, have a diagram of what LLMs right now that are on the market that are good for certain tasks and things that can help you. So once again, my goal here is just to add an immense amount of value and help you guys kick off the new year with new insights and new strategies using AI. All right, so moving on here. I'm about to segue into how you can start using this for email marketing, social media. Anyone here using ChatGPT for emails, social media content? Of course, Greg, we know you should just get up here and teach the class, man. Sounds like
Yeah,
I'm
not to
ready.
interrupt
Let's
you,
go.
Thomas. I have
Let's
been
go.
using it for a while, actually. The Chat GPT, if no one knows, it's really good for anybody who's on social media, especially Instagram or Facebook, who is struggling to create a caption for the for the post you're making. I use ChatGPT all the time just to create any Florida realtor, captions that I'm looking for, that I wanted to be, custom to Florida, because I am custom to Florida, but I still want it to be realtor like. That way you still get the education, but your mind is still tied into Florida. So ChatGPT has been helping me with captions a lot.
Perfect.
That's awesome. I'm sure it saved you an immense amount of time.
Oh
Right?
yeah, because even though I still see ChatGPT, like I'll still see the caption, I might like it, but I won't like it all the way, so I'll still tweak it. It's still a great tool to use. It saves me so much time.
So what I found, guys, that at the end of the day, people are like, well, why do you use AI? To get my time back. Time, energy, money. What's the most important one for you guys, right? Time, energy, money.
It all go
right?
together.
To me, it's time, because you can always make your money back.
You can get your money back. You can get your energy back. You go to the gym, you work out, you do a run, you're fatigued, but boy, you eat some food, you drink down a smoothie, and you got your energy back. We are, as soon as we were born, we started dying, right? The clock started ticking, and so many of us, like, we all do this to make money and to give ourselves a quality of life and to raise our families and enjoy this thing that we're experiencing called life. But all of these things really can be a sidetrack from really finding out, like, who am I? What am I doing here? And really figuring out the true purpose of why you're on this planet, and how you can maximize the potential that you have in life. And so many things just distract you, get in the way. All these things in business you're doing, it just kills that time, right? You can't get your time back with your kids or your family. I have 3 kids. We homeschool. I love it. This is kind of like my dream world, and if you may. But for most people, you know, they're working their butts off and they're doing all these things, and it's hard to just get any momentum and predictability in their process because they're torn in so many ways. And so one thing that I know for sure now, after almost 2 years now, is AI is giving me so much time back to focus on high priority tasks, high, high, high level negotiating and business building. You know, imagine if Greg just saved 10 hours of his life doing CMAs using AI. I'm about to show you guys how me and my clients save between 40 and 60 hours a month. Imagine getting that time back. What would you do with it? I don't know any other technology on the planet that can get you time back. And I think I went off on a little tangent there, but you guys, we're life is shortening up for us, is it not? And so let's get our time back. And AI, if you just learn and invest and implement a small amount, it's like a slingshot. Yeah, you might be slowing down. You got to spend more time learning something. I know it's painful. The brain doesn't want to learn things. It's comfortable the way you are, but invest. Go hard in AI. Go hard, okay? And I promise you, in the next year, you're going to see so much improvement in your life. I'm super excited, and we're at the tip of the iceberg. All right, so I digress. So let's get into some cool stuff. So, Talia, to your point, I use this simple prompt, you guys. Create images to put on social media in a carousel format using the photo attached. I use a photo of a property, and boom, it spat out this nice photo that you can use. You can use it for your marketing, whatever, right? This is just one little example, okay? So you can start using ChatGPT to create posts. You can get photos and generate photos. You can start scheduling, you know, your online social media, and then let AI do all the hard work so you can focus on those relationships, right? Easy peasy. Here's something, Talia, I'm interested to know if you've used ChatGPT, but listen up, guys. A lot of you who aren't selling full turnkey, you know, homes that are just gorgeous, maybe luxury, or just homes that have all the bells and whistles. Here's a photo on the left of a property that I was working on. Now, remember, I work with investors, and investors, they look at properties that need work and then they have to flip them, right?
This is really good. Yeah.
What I've started noticing is, why not start selling the vision of what it could look like versus where it is? So if you're dealing with a property that may not have all the bells and whistles, matter of fact, it might need work and updates, but you want to get more eyeballs on it, you want to get more buyers, especially if they're considering buying it, maybe doing some work, you can start using ChatGPT, and there's an app, you might want to write this down. It's called ArchitectGPT. ArchitectGPT. Char, if you can write that in the chat for me, that would be great. ArchitectGPT. It's a platform that is amazing. ChatGPT does stuff, but Architect, if you're willing to spend a little bit of money and get a better product and more easy use out of it, this is how I produce some of these here. So
yeah, I got it. Yep.
There you go. So sell the vision, right? So not only can you do exteriors like you see, but now look at this guy. This is a kitchen, definitely needed some work. If you're a realtor, you go in, you're like, oh my God, you're like screaming in your head while you're smiling at the seller, but you're thinking, how in the hell am I going to sell this, right? Well, you can use this and use ChatGPT to produce a renovated kitchen to show the vision. Start getting their brain working on what it could look like. Now, granted, when you're using these in the MLS and you're showing photos, you can have a little text down here that says concept rendering, you know, something like that. You don't want to, you know, get sued or anything. But as long as you let them know this is a rendering, this is what it could look like, you're totally fine. I do it all the time. And with my novations, I list properties. You're golden. But you see the difference here from what it was to this, and how it'd be easier to sell a property, get more people in the door, more leads coming in to your open house, right? You can even use it to do virtual staging. If you don't want to pay for staging, use the technology to do a staging, and it will pump out an amazing living room or kitchen. So here's a landscape that we did. This was a backyard of a pool we were trying to sell of a home. And then on the right, the prompt was simple, something like, create a Florida landscape using exotic plants and trees, stuff like that. And I don't know the rest, but it spat out this. So you can start using ChatGPT to actually generate photos to help you sell properties. You guys with me? All right. Tyler says, yes, I am. I love it.
So Thomas, if we've got a listing that's got like this great yard and, it could definitely accommodate a pool, we could use this and say, please add a pool design to this backyard.
Yeah, so real quick here, guys, I noticed my next slide for some reason not working, so I'm going to work on it while I'm talking to you. Yeah, so you literally take just a landscape and like design the landscape. You can say add a pool with a grill or a deck. I've done some with decks on it. And so whatever you can imagine, if you're trying to show a homeowner, or if you're working with a builder or whatever, right? Like maybe you have some ideas, you can literally plug in GPT and start playing with it. I want a modern backyard with stone and just start getting creative, and it will start spitting out images, and you can kind of go through ones and see, which one actually works for you and go from there. So yeah, you could definitely have fun with it. So for some reason, I don't know why, folks, and this is like the big one. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on with my AI toolbox here. Give me 1 second, folks. Technology, you love it and you hate it all at the same time, right?
100%.
Can't live with it. Can't live without it.
I tell you, man. I told my kids though, I said before you start learning to drive, you have to read a map, just so that they don't depend on GPS and all this technology, because it will fail from time to time, right? All right, I'm gonna do this, guys. I'm gonna share this screen because it looks like it is showing, but for some reason when I'm in presenter mode, it's not doing it. But this next scene, this is my AI toolbox that I wanted to tell you about and share. This has everything plus more that I've been talking about. So can you guys see that?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
All right. So when you scan this, it's going to ask for a little bit of your information, so I know a little bit of your background, so we send the right toolbox out, because once again, I have stuff for wholesalers, investors, and now this one's specifically for agents. So when you scan this, just fill in some information, and then it will send everything over to your email and your text message. But I'll hang out here just for a second, just so that everyone can do that. Once again, if you're having issues, I will send it all. It's 10 o'clock, right? Or almost 10 o'clock. I don't know about you guys. I probably got another 10 or 15 minutes. Is that okay?
Everybody okay? If you have to leave, we understand. We absolutely understand, but this is good stuff. We're going to hang out, and we don't usually do that. But Thomas, thank you so much.
My pleasure. And like Char said, we're going to have this video so you can, look back. All right, so one of the tech stacks, some people ask me, what do we use? What are the tools that we use and platforms? One of those tools are in that toolbox. This is our tech stack, and it's always growing. So if you guys are interested, you can see some of the things that we use to operate in our own organization and that we share with our clients. So this is in the toolbox. You don't need to take a look at it. Just wanted to share. All right, so here's the most exciting part of all of this that I get excited about, because this is what is going to change the world in many facets, and it's going to change the industry. And I know this because I'm already using it in my own business, right? So we're talking about AI agents. Now, what the heck is AI agents, right? So AI agents, if you think about it, they're basically like employees. If you were to hire a VA or receptionist or someone to help you, a lead manager or someone to help you with certain tasks so you can focus on, those high quality conversations and doing things that really drive the revenue needle forward, you would either have to delegate someone and hire someone and train them to do it, or do it yourself, right? And so now you have the ability to literally deploy AI agents in your business. So what exactly are these AI agents and what do they do? So number one, you have AI voice agents, all right? So remember that video I told you from AI that I said changed my life and kind of got the light bulb going? These are agents that now can answer the phone when you're unavailable. Some of my clients, they have the AI answer immediately. If they're doing marketing, if they're doing anything out there and they don't want to miss an opportunity, the AI voice agents are active 24/7. All right. Guys, they show up to work all the time. They're never hungover. They don't have problems, right? They're not asking for vacations. They're not uh, having babies and need to take leave, right? They work 24/7 when you're available or not. So they answer your phone calls. They schedule appointments for you, literally schedule appointments. They interact with your calendar and they can qualify sellers and buyers. And then after they call, they can schedule with you to go talk to them or to actually show some properties. Very powerful. They could do warm transfers as well. So if maybe they call into an office, they're looking for someone, boom, the AI can connect the right person. Very, very powerful. Not only that, when you're doing lead nurturing, if they've already called in, or maybe you've talked to them at an open house, or maybe it's a referral, whatever it might be, but maybe the timing wasn't right, the AI will follow up with them, do outbound calls as well. So it does your calls. It also does appointment reminders.
Yeah, we need this.
It is incredible, right? So before you leave to a meeting, wouldn't it be nice to know that the seller or buyers are there? How many times have you showed up and the seller or someone forgot the meeting and you wasted your time? So we have the AI call 1 hour before the meeting. They pick it up and the bot talks to them, says, hey, we have a meeting. Just want to make sure everything's good. Are you planning on making it? They say, yeah, we're good. Great. If not, they reschedule and you don't waste your time. So another cool way that you can use AI. Just to show you in retrospect, so I make a lot of calls to agents, and I'm sure you guys can relate. But I made 94 calls, okay, cold calls to agents, and almost 30% of the agents didn't answer. It went straight to voicemail.
Mm-hmm.
Now, some of you might be saying to yourself, because I hear it often, I don't want AI answering my calls. I'm a white glove or I'm a high level, operator, and I don't want to lose the human touch. I hear that. But the reality is the writing is on the wall after thousands of phone calls and data within my own company and my clients, and huge published case studies show that people are okay talking to AI as long as it gets the job done. Is it quick? Is it communicating? And remember, this is like natural language. They're literally having a conversation just like you would with someone else. So it's not some
I have a quick
random
question,
robot.
Thomas. Do they have to disclose that they're AI and not a real person? Like, do they know, and will they hang up right away if they realize that? Like,
So we have it. I have mine prompted. So if anyone does ask if it's AI, it will let them know, yes, I'm AI, but I'm here basically to gather some basic information and get you to the right person. Or I can schedule, because sometimes people may just need a quick, hey, I'm looking for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath over here, and just want to see if you can help me find a property. The AI can literally do that for them. They can say, okay, let me see, what are you looking for? It gets all of their criteria. It looks on the MLS, or it can connect IDX to your website, look at your listings, and then share which ones are the best, and then schedule an appointment so you can go look at them, right? So there's a lot of different ways you can use it, but for us, yes, Char, we do let people know that it is AI. Because at the end of the day, look, right where it is now, the technology, you can tell, but we have noticed with the like older folks, they can't tell and they love talking to it. I don't know if
Yeah.
maybe they're lonely or what, but they talk to it. We're talking like engaged, and it's wild. So yes, people
Yeah.
do like it. I mean, the question comes down to, would you rather have a potential seller or buyer call and get an AI bot that will at least capture that lead, get some basic information, and then get it over to you? Or do you think they would rather hit a voicemail?
Yeah. Oh, that was my comment earlier too. People don't leave voicemails anymore. I don't know about you guys, but I get very few voicemails a week, and I get a whole lot of missed calls. And I'm right with Shelly and a couple other people that said in here, Stacy and Pam. I used to answer every call, but I can't anymore because so much of it is junk, and I spend my whole day picking up the phone. Half the time it's a pause and I just hang up. So I'd rather have a bot answering it and at least not miss those calls.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. As an agent, what's your average, paycheck like when you close a deal, right? It's substantial. And if
Yeah.
you think about it, if you're just honest with yourself, you don't have to say it out loud, but just be honest with yourself. Like, how many times have you missed a call, had to return a call? That's a potential deal. And if you compound that over a year, that's hundreds of thousands of dollars in potential revenue that you just lost, you and your family. Because why? You didn't have good systems or a process in place. It's you don't need to hire people now. You don't need to train. The future of real estate is here, and these agents are able to do it for you. Tyler, you got your hand raised. What's up?
Sorry, I was trying to turn my mute off and raise my hand down at the same time.
Okay.
I love what you were saying because along with Shar and Shelly, I feel the same way. I'm a kind of newer agent, so I would love to still be able to um have that human touch, but at the end of the day, we're all very busy. We all want to handle as many clients as we can, and we all want to do it effectively and efficiently. My question is when the bot is answering the phone and stuff like that, how do you, because you still want to nurture that lead, how do you get the information that the bot had, and take that and then, like, I guess in a way, like, take the information they got and then just kind of move forward yourself?
Yeah. Good question. I think, can you do me a favor? Let's hold that into the end, and I'll share exactly how that works. Because each bot, whether it's conversational or AI, has a unique phone number. And when someone calls into that phone number, whether it's directly to that bot or to your phone number, and you're not available after 2 rings, it will then kick it to the AI. All of that information, that phone number, and the AI is going to get their first name, last name, and even their email if they share it. And all of that gets populated into the CRM. And then within that CRM, whether you use one that we provide or yours, that information is populated. And now not only that, the call is recorded and it's transcribed in the system, so you can see everything about that call. And then when you reach back out to them, if they have not scheduled with you already, then you have a whole bunch of data and information, and then you can call them and know what's going on. But we can talk about that, a little bit deeper. Melinda?
Thomas, so when we order our marketing materials, each property listed has its own unique phone number and code. So if they dial that number, it goes, instead of going through our Lofty program, does it go to this AI answering system? How does that work?
So that's great, because now you're tracking and measuring the campaign for that property, right? You have that unique
Right.
phone number. So if they call in that phone number, all we could do is immediately have it forward to the bot. And now you still can track and measure what traffic is coming into that property, but now you have the AI answering those property lines for you.
Okay, I think I just found the next topic we're doing. I think this is everybody's loving this, and it's not just a little complicated, but we can also have Thomas come on, show it to us, and talk to us more about what he has to offer, because I think all of us know that we can't do all of this ourselves, right? We can't. And Thomas has some
Mm-hmm.
really good programs to help you with these things as well. So, Thomas, I know if we keep asking questions, we're going to go on and on. And
Yeah.
you've got a couple more minutes, and then we'll
Yep.
wrap it up. We'll send out this recording. I know you've recorded it. I tried to afterwards, but I know you recorded it. We'll send it out to the group, and then we'll schedule another class where we can talk about the calls, because I think we're all interested in this.
That's great. And appreciate your patience here. You know, it is kind of difficult to run through and answer questions, but I really wanted everyone to really, once again, be exposed to things maybe they didn't know, and questions obviously are part of it. So let me finish running through this. If anyone wants to stay on, I'm cool. Here is so in the system, we can see all the calls that come in and everything that's happening. For one of our clients, he had us activate or reactivate his database. He had tons of leads in there. The bot made 683 calls, and of those calls, it scheduled 96 appointments, and this was done just under 90 days, 80 days. If you can imagine how much time it would take you to do that, it would be crazy, right? So it's just one other metric here to show of the power of what AI and these AI voice agents can do for you. All right, running through here. So number 2, conversational AI. Basically, it's AI that lives in on SMS, right? They're communicating with folks via their text message. They would not know that it is an AI talking to them. It basically is programmed based on what you're trying to accomplish. If it's a follow-up and it's a follow-up conversational bot, maybe you talked to them in the past, I was a buyer or a seller, you can have the AI reach out to them, you know, hey Talia, you know, you came to an open house over on 123 Main Street, you know, just wanted to share maybe a local market, you know, analysis of what's going on, or maybe what your house is worth, you know, wanted to see if you're interested in getting that, right? Add value, and the AI can start a conversation. That's all it's about. And then at that point, try to convert someone to, you know, a potential client. And it can be used in many other ways. Whatever you can imagine that's needed, the AI can do for you. So using it for appointments as well, very powerful. Social media. So if you're using a platform that we provide, if you decided to ever work with us, or let alone just use system, there's AI that can use your content, you spit it out to all your platforms, and when people engage with that content, the AI bot will DM them, start a conversation, and try to convert the followers into clients. Amazing.
Wow.
Online reputation. If anyone here is not asking your clients after a transaction or your community for reviews, you're missing out. Once a transaction has taken place, you can send out automations to get those reviews, whether it's video reviews or Google, Facebook reviews. And once someone sends those reviews in, the AI bot will auto respond and will leave a response. And why this is powerful is because Google rewards businesses that interact with their customers. And over time, if you're interacting and you're using these systems to get reviews, you're going to start showing up organically when people are looking for agents in your market. So a nice little way over time organically is start generating leads. All right. So this is a part where I usually like to do a demo. We literally will find someone, or I'll do it where I'm going to call right now live and talk to the AI bot. But because of our time, I am not going to do that. What I will do here is I'm going to send you a QR code that you can go to our website, and all you do is fill out a form and you can demo our bot. So you can get a real world experience of what it's like to talk to an AI. All right. So unfortunately, this is kind of like the most fun for me and the whole presentation, but
Yeah.
due to time, we'll skip on it and then you can experience it for yourself.
Yeah.
So all of these AI agents are going to replace these, you know, older services, VAs, receptionists, call centers, lead men, right? And just a quick overhead here, you guys, lead managers, virtual assistants, call centers, they're not cheap, right? Virtual assistants, whether they're offshore, US based, you know, they're costing you anywhere from, you know, $700 to $1,200 and up. Very expensive. And you have to train them. And once again, they're human. They're not perfect. I'm not going to spend a lot of time here, but working with our systems, our clients save a lot on overhead costs because a lot of them were already using VAs and thinking about using these services, and compared to what AI can do and what we offer, they just go that route. So we're here at the long stretch, folks. What's the takeaway today? How many calls or opportunities are you missing not having systems like this in place, right? How much money are you losing by not answering that phone? Remember, 30% of those agents went to voicemail. Crazy. So if you don't invest today in AI, how are you going to compete? I do these meetings all over the country, I do a lot of Zoom calls. I am spreading the word, and people are knowing about AI and they're getting involved. Once again, if you do not start implementing and get going, you're not going to have a good time. If you think it's hard already, imagine in 12 to 24 months. Impossible. Okay. So like Char said, I obviously have a company and I service agents. We have a growing database, but the options here, you either jump in, maybe some of you are inclined to do it. Maybe you like to geek out on this stuff like I do. But I was doing a lot of these and a lot of folks were like, Thomas, this is all wonderful, right? It's amazing, but we don't have the time, energy, or just the willpower to do these things. And we don't want to get left behind. We don't want to, have to start living in the stone age. What can we do, or how can you help us? And so I'm not a big proponent of doing pitches, even though this is like a pitching platform here.
Perfect. Yeah.
But I do want to share just real quick with you what we offer for agents who are looking for systems like this and want to start leveraging AI. If it's okay, I'll do a special offer like I do for most hosts. I don't provide this to the public. So if there is anyone who is interested, I'm going to make you an insane offer if that's all right. All right.
You got it.
So the first thing that we provide for our clients is, of course, you're going to get the AI receptionist. They answer your phones just like we talked about. And if you go out and you look at hiring someone, it's about a $2,500 value based on other companies and cost to get it done. Automated review management, that's that reputation management. All right, you're going to get that. It's part of the system. Conversational AI texting, that's part of the system. I know companies right now that charge over $500 a month just to do that. That's part of what we provide. Oops, go back. Sorry, guys. You're going to get the appointment scheduling. So now the AI can schedule for you. Woohoo! You're going to get onboarding of VIP support. Now, let me just stop here real quick. All right, guys. One of the things I've noticed and I'm hearing in the market is there are a lot of platforms out there that you can build your own AI conversational stuff and all of your voice stuff. But guess what? It's just a platform, and you have to get in, you have to learn it, you have to build it, test it, use it, and figure out a way in your day-to-day process to start using it. Well, we're kind of a hybrid. All right, we're an agency and we're a software company. And so what we saw a big gap in the marketplace was that a lot of folks don't know how to get started. They don't want to do it. And so what we do is we offer 24-hour support. We set up your system. It's turnkey out of the box and 90% ready to go. And the rest is about 10% of the customization based on you, your business, your tone, your brand. What do you want the bot to ask these people? What do you want to ask to qualify them? That is part of the onboarding process. And my team is amazing when it comes to customer service. And we have progress pulse meetings. We do bi-weekly meetings where you can get on. My team, all you got to do is submit a ticket, whatever you need help with, and we help you out. So we hold your hand through this process until you're really comfortable in the cockpit. And for most of my clients, it's about 30 to 45 days. And by then, just like driving a car, it was all, maybe a lot to take in. But from there, now they're driving the car and they're doing it with their eyes closed. So I just want to emphasize that we don't just leave you hanging. We're not a vendor. We're a growth partner in this new age of innovation. All right. Call recordings and transcriptions, all of that stuff that we were talking about, the AI is talking with, It's going to be recorded, transcribed, so you can use it if you have a team. Maybe you're a team lead and you want to go over calls that your agents are using. You can have that, and that way you can improve on, you know, your how you're converting these leads and stuff like that. After hours service, of course. So we're bundling this up pretty good. We offer a lot to our clients. So as a bonus, you also get an app. So anywhere you go 24/7, you respond to leads, see where someone is in a pipeline as far as your sales process. Once again, you got that AI toolbox. You're going to get a CRM. So if you don't have a CRM or you're considering getting one, we provide that totally free. If you have one with you or that you want to use, depending on the platform, we could integrate. So that's a separate conversation, but we can help there. And you can also get our role player AI, folks. That's a new product we're super excited to launch. Basically, it is an AI bot. You call in, you role play, you can pick a seller or buyer as if you're talking to them, and then it will sharpen your sales and negotiating skills. It is a sales coach that has been built off of hundreds of the top performers and agents in the industry, not only my own self, but others. And it is amazing. If anyone does want to demo that or just try it, just let me know and I'll give you the number to demo. But if you do jump on board, you'll get a month of that free. Super, super powerful. Moving in, as you can see, if you're to pay all of this stuff, it'd be around $6,300. I have companies that were charging over $30,000, even up to 100 grand to build systems that I've built. You don't have to do that, folks. That's crazy. So our price normally for this whole get up here is $797. There's no contracts, no commitments there. We're incentivized to work for you, so we don't put people in a cage and make them sign contracts. So at the end of the day, you don't have to pay $797. If you sign up, it's only $497. There's no setup fees, straightforward. And within 5 to 7 days from you saying, let's go and sign it up, you'll have your system ready and you'll be ready to rock and roll. Once again, there's no contracts. Okay. So normal $797, $497 today. This QR code, folks, if you scan it, if you're interested, this will take you to the website you can learn more about what we provide, because I just kind of hit the surface, but you can see testimonies, you can hear all the AI, you can experience it. Once again, you can fill out the form. It will send you the AI bot so you can role play with it. And if you use this coupon, if you're interested, TP Pro, that will get you the discount and you get you started. So that's what.
So I'm sorry to interrupt you, Thomas. So
Yep.
we lost, I always tell people we'll be right off at 10. We lost 11 people before you put this out. Can I give you their email addresses and you can send them this?
Yeah, just email
Awesome.
it to me and
You got it.
and we'll go for it.
Exciting.
So there you go, folks.
Guys, that's a good price, a really, really good price.
We studied, the market. We know agents, especially like folks like Talia who are new. You're just starting to get revenue going, but I will tell you, you got to get a foundation started, right? There are folks that, yes, they don't use CRMs, they don't have all that, but they're pulling their hair out, they're doing this and that, trying to manage everything. Our system is perfect for capturing, managing, and nurturing those leads. Okay. And it can even do outreach from folks that have maybe opted in or that you found at a open house or their referral. Put them in the system. You can do your social media from the system, all that reputation management from the system. It does websites. It does surveys. I mean, folks, it would take me a long time to tell you everything it does, and I'm not going to blow your mind.
No.
But
and if you had to hire somebody to do it, it would be even more costly than that. And real quick, Thomas, is Talia.
Talia. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So
Talia.
we always say Leah, but we call her Leah, Talia.
Talia.
All right. Yeah. But anyways, this was extraordinary, guys. I absolutely loved it. I saw Thomas in person, and now have had the honor to have him on because that was even better. I like the in-person one, but this Zoom one is I got a lot more out of it. Very
Yes.
excited. Jim and I have been doing a lot of research on the programs. That's an unbelievable price. We thank you so, so much. Would love to still maybe in November do one on just the bot answering phone, because I think that's a really, really big value to a lot of us. All of it's valuable, but that's a big one. And yeah,
Yep.
again, thank you so much. We're gonna put the video on the recap, and hopefully you guys will reach out to Thomas and have a great weekend. It's almost Halloween tomorrow, and it's rolling in. Yeah, and I won't be here. We won't be here next week. We're actually going on a cruise, but we will see you the following week and keep in touch. Thomas, thank you again so, so much.
My
Thank you,
pleasure.
Thomas. Thank you,
My
Char.
pleasure. Go to Leah. What's up?
There we go. Woo woo.
All right, folks.
Thank you,
Thank you, honey.
thank you.
My
Thank
pleasure.
you.
Go kill it out there, guys. See ya.
Thank
You got
you.
it.